Evening, people. I'm no longer saying the word that normally proceeds or goes before afternoon, evening, and morning because I am speechless at this football club. I am speechless about the owners. I am speechless regarding this weak fan base. And that is staying up the whole entire time of this stream because I am now at a point where I just don't care anymore. I just simply don't care what people think of myself, and I get a lot of hurt, a lot of hate, a lot of abuse. I don't care what people think about the Levy out people that have protested for years and again taken abuse. I don't give a monkeys. They don't give a monkeys. And we are now at a brand new low. A brand new low. And we're going to get into this. But first of all, big up to the cough, my partner in crime, Ben, joining me. Ben, before we get into this, how are you feeling about it? Just a little synopsis like I've just given.
It's funny. It's so funny that I saw this coming a mile off. We got ourselves all excited that we're going to be getting this player, we're going to be that player. We started the window so well by signing some very decent players in James Maddison and co. Then we took a month to sign Van der Ven. We took a month to sign him because they, being a proper run football club, didn't sell a player until they got a replacement. We then sold a generational talent to Bayern Munich who wanted to go, which is absolutely fine. But now we've replaced him with Richarlison. And now we've hit an all new low. We, as Tottenham Hotspur, one of the top 10 richest football clubs in the world, are getting spelunked by Brighton, a club that was in the Championship 4 years ago, a club that's got a proper chairman, a club that's got a proper philosophy, a club that does things well, a club that cares about their fan base, and frankly, a club that just cares. Full stop. Our club does not care about us. It doesn't care about you, Aki. It doesn't care about me. It doesn't care about any of the people in this chat. Anyone from Phil P, woo, to Ryan, to Zach, to Seb Shah, to Adam, big up Adam, to Finn, to Daryl, to whoever this guy is. I don't know who this guy is. It does not care about any of these people, from Jammy Git to Otis to Jason D to Zach Robertson. Big up Lee. It doesn't care about any of these people that are in the chat. It does not care. We are put. It is being in the trench when you're a Tottenham fan, because you put your head above the parapet to be a tiny bit happy about anything, and immediately your head is shot off because reality hits. Reality is a cruel mistress. It is a cruel individual, and this is where we're at now. It's so funny. It's so funny. And finally, hopefully people will wake up. Hopefully people will wake up.
They won't. You think they would, but they won't. Let's put in a little bit of context of how quick this happened and how embarrassing this is again for the football club. First of all, we've only been going 5 minutes, 25 seconds. There's over 100 people in here. Thank you very much for joining us this late at night. This was not planned. There's no script, just apart from Levy out now. Let's put some context to how quick. I made a joke about this last January about when we were going for Trossard, and we put in that weak bid, and then Arsenal came in, and that was the day we lost to Manchester City 4-2 in the Premier League last season. How quick that deal got done with Arsenal is Arsenal were interested when Ben from We Are Tottenham TV picked me up. It was here we go by the time we got to Birmingham. And anyone that doesn't live in the UK, London to Birmingham is about an hour and a half, hour and
Hour and a
45-minute
half
drive,
on traffic.
depending on how quickly you drive. So let's put into context how this deal went. I was doing, and it will be released soon, a Tottenham Hotspur update with Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. And he was having internet problems at his house. But during that time, it all broke that 99% done from Spain. Everything was good. This is progressing, medical booked, all happening. He was having internet problems. So he went to his parents' house because to get better internet problems. Drove, it's 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
We started recording the update within 10 minutes. We dealt with the outgoings. You'll see on We Are Tottenham TV. Everyone, if you haven't subscribed to them, please subscribe to them. They're the reason behind all these wonderful channels that are available to you. The support and everything they give. Please, I mean, you probably are already subscribed to them. If you're not, give them, boys who we love dearly, subscribe. So as I said, we're doing the outgoings. And then we started talking about Brennan Johnson. And I said, I saw a tweet earlier today that says we will get one of them, but we will not be getting both. And then the news hit. Within 15 minutes of Ben leaving his house and getting to his parents' house to record a We Are Tottenham TV update, Brighton have come in. Brighton are playing European football for the first time in their, don't know if it's in their entire history or the most recent history. He's gone to Brighton. Here we go within 15 minutes. And we have, at least we tried. Let's take these months. Let's wait till September the 1st. Let's do this. You look at Manchester City today, getting their guy from Wolves. The deal started on a Sunday or a Monday. He went on strike. What do you know? Here we go on a Wednesday. And here we go to Brighton. I hope all you fans have registered your interest in the pink shirt. If this fan base, I have now flipped. I was going kind of easy. I was trying to still remain Levy out, but I was one of these people that said, you know what, to this fan base? When they said, we've got to back the team, we've got to back Ange, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. Well, we did that. We did that. Now, the gloves are off. And I have to say, sorry, pun, I got sucked in, me of all things. Do you know what? And the reason I did is because after the Fulham defeat, we always do this. There's always a transfer that gets done immediately, shut the fans up.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I did not think that Brighton would be able, didn't even know Brighton were on the table. Didn't think that this would even be a point. But anyone that tells myself, yourself, Ben, or any Levy outer, whether you're a protester like we are, whether you are someone that does it on social media and voices your opinions because you can't get to protest, or protesting isn't your thing, but you want to lend your support, if you're an international fan, anyone that comes at you for being Levy out, they're fucking idiots. I am taking no more prisoners. I am not standing by and letting this happen anymore. People can come in. I put a tweet out. This is what we're dealing with. I put a tweet out 18 minutes ago. Let me just refresh and see if that's the correct time frame. Beg your pardon, 26 minutes ago. Whereas just after the latest embarrassment, no more excuses, no more bullshit, no more lies. At Spurs official, we want Levy out. Say we want Levy out. With my normal Levy out, Cullen out, Enoch out. I had a comment simply says virgin. This is the intellect of the fan base that we are dealing with. Anyone that has criticised me, anyone that has come for me, anyone that has abused me or sent stupid texts about my battle with addictions, my mental health, anything like that, my wife, come on camera, come on screen, come and see me at the protest, come and talk. Let's have a conversation. Because everything you say to myself or any Levy outer, you should be goddamn ashamed of yourself. You should get up, and I've lost. I don't even care what happens to me right now when it comes to what I say and where it goes. Anyone that stands by and allows this kind of stuff to happen, where we are once again banter FC for the footballing world now, because this is a Barcelona player, the footballing world, and it looks like Brennan Johnson is off because apparently we're way off the £45 million asking fee. Who would have thought? Who would have thought, Ben, that we'd be way off a transfer fee with 2 days left to go? Actually, yep, we have got now 48 hours, 10 minutes
48 hours and 10 minutes.
till the window shuts. We have no depth in centre back. We may have our newest signing and great defender who's made an he could be injured. Need a defender. Richarlison is believed to be injured. He can't score anyway regularly. Need a striker. Players out. This football club is a goddamn disgrace. And any single supporter, and as I said, I don't give a monkey's what you want to come and say to me. Any single supporter that comes to me or comes in this chat and can defend Daniel Levy, I am calling you a grade A moron. And that's because I've got to be very, very careful with my language that I use right now.
Yes, let's not get demonetized. Let's not get demonetized.
Mate, that part I don't give a monkey's about right now.
We don't care. But tonight,
This video, I don't care. I've said to people, I'm not one of these people that are clicks before club. I am club before clicks. If I knew if someone came to me right now and said Daniel Levy leaves Tottenham Hotspur and sells the club, you can never appear on YouTube or social media again.
done.
Bye bye. See you later. You'll never hear from me again. Done. See you later. Right now, this video, the money means absolutely, or whatever we make, or what means absolutely subtle to me.
This guy's funny, but this is how Tottenham fans will actually be saying, "Oh, he's rubbish anyway." Brennan Johnson, he's generational, mate.
Of course we will.
Generational.
Of course we will. This is where we are right now. This football club and everyone can come at me. People know my social. You want to come and criticise me? You want to come and bitch and moan and tell me about the wonder that is Levy?
Do it.
You're a moron. You're a grade A moron. Ben, I'm going to let you speak because I'm going to start going up levels and I need to decompress. So you speak for a bit.
Well, at least I'm going to get some lovely Eeyore ears because we're not signing Brennan Johnson. I've been saying this for 2.5 weeks, Brian. I was saying this in the Isle of Wight, and you can back me up in this. And people like Amir and Phil P and all. I said this 2.5 weeks ago. We're not signing anyone for the rest of the window. And I was called negative. Newsflash, everyone. We've got 48 hours and 10 minutes, and it doesn't look like we're signing anyone because we took over a month to sign Mickey van der Ven from Wolfsburg. Great player. Love Mickey van der Ven. Already looks class. We should not be taking a month to be signing a player from Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg are a great club. I respect Wolfsburg a lot. It doesn't take a month to sign a player from Wolfsburg. You've seen this from Chelsea. They're signing a player.
Don't remember, Ben. Sorry, don't forget that Wolfsburg went and signed the replacement for him before selling him.
Of course. Chelsea went to Manchester City for Cole Palmer. How much do you want? 42 million. Within 2 hours. Here we go.
Yep.
Instantly. This is Manchester City and Chelsea doing a deal. And newsflash, again, I don't like to say this, but Here we go again. They sign in players instantly, but we say, "Oh, it's a long process. Trust it. These deals are difficult for this money." Yada yada yada. All the excuses under the sun.
Yep. And you know what? I've just seen a comment. Sorry, Ben. I've just seen a comment. I'm trying to see the comments, and I will bring the others up. But Jay, who is a relatively new love for this club,
Yeah.
and he feels sorry for the long term. You know what, Ben, I'm going to let you continue, but whilst you're talking about, I'm going to bring out that picture I showed you that I got sent. Now, some people will go, "Oh, it's the money, and Chelsea got money, and blah 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 blah
We've
bullshit,
got
and
money.
and
We've
more
got
excuses."
money.
I just want to read
I'm going to bring
a
up Wayne Holland first, because big up
yeah,
Wayne.
go on, bring up brother
I'm
Wayne's
not
column.
being horrible for saying this. Tottenham fans think you're a big club, but the club don't act like one. How can anyone take Spurs seriously? And this is the problem. This
And
used to
people,
be a laugh. Now
wait,
it's
wait,
fact.
wait,
Now
Wayne, do me a favour, Ben, make Dietrich a mod.
sure.
Make Dietrich a mod. So as I was saying, a picture or a tweet was tweeted, but I don't know if people have seen it, by Oliver Young Miles. Now I know all the people that back are pricks in charge will go, "Oh yeah, but we do things the right way." We have a criminal, alleged criminal, owning the football club. Oh, we don't have the money. We can't do it. We can spend 400 million without breaching FFP. But I'm going to read this stat. I don't know if people have seen it. Once Cole Palmer joins Chelsea officially, Chelsea would have spent more on signings this summer than we have in 11 transfer windows. 11 transfer windows. Now, people are going to say, "Oh, look at the money they've spent. They're not all good, and they spent 100 million, £15 on Caicedo." They spent money on the team. I'm not asking them to spend £115 million on players. I'm not asking them to go and buy every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'm asking them to spend money.
Yeah.
And I'm
It's not
sorry,
just
when
spend
people
money.
go, "Oh, they spend money," how many trophies have they won? How many times have they been to Wembley? How many times has their fan base got to witness history and see glory?
Yeah.
So before anyone starts talking, "Oh, but Chelsea, they're ruthless with their money," we've got the money. We can spend the money. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't. Sorry, Ben, I'll let you talk because I rudely interrupted you. You go, mate. And big up the
It's
264 in here.
it's Chelsea are backing their manager. They've employed a manager that they believe in, and they are backing him. And we had this very same manager who every single person in this comment section adored. We're still a part of us that still adores him for those 11 years that we had with him. The fact that they've backed him more in one window than we backed him in 11 years. And yes, you can say inflation. You can say money's different. You can say cost of living crisis. You can say this. How have they done it in 1 year? They're not an oil company. They're not a company that's owned by people with infinite money. They're owned by a guy from America that has a sports team. Yes, they've got lots of money. Yes, they might be acting idiotically. Yes, it might all fail. But that is the risk of football. That is the risk of owning a business in this what's it called? In this type of business. We have an owner that's averse to risk. He doesn't risk anything. Doesn't risk anything. We are possibly at a risk of being out of the top 10 because the
Yep.
people around us, Aston Villas, Brightons, Brentfords, are backing their projects. We don't back our projects. What we do is we change our project every year. We've seen that from the very first manager that they had, Glenn Hoddle, that they're the first one employed. attacking manager.
Do you know what?
Then
It didn't
Jacques
take long.
Santini, went to Jacques Santini. Then we went to Martin Jol, attacking manager. Then we went to Juan de Ramos, a defensive manager. Then we went to Harry Redknapp, an attacking manager. Then we went to AVB, a defensive manager. Then we went to Pochettino, an attacking manager. Then we went to Mourinho, a defensive manager. So instead of doing what teams like Brighton, Aston Villa, Brentford, and back their projects, we change our mind every 2 seconds. But
Yep.
Tom is not a real account. I'm not even going to take this.
Well, no, I am going to deal with this. I am going to deal with this because this is a problem we have with this fan base right here. Right here. You've been a season ticket holder for 23 years. Does that make you a director of football? I don't. Just because this is what we have, because you've been a season ticket holder for 23 years, doesn't mean you have a divine right more than anyone to say if a player's overrated or underrated. He's one of the hottest properties in world football. He comes in as a loan and helps get this club higher. Will he be a success? Will he be a failure? I don't know. But because you've been a season ticket holder for 23 years, how does that make you better than Zach? How does that make you? He's overrated. He's overrated. This is what if he had signed, this whole fan base would have been going delirious.
Yeah.
What a signing. How fantastic. We've got this guy. He's brilliant. Look at him. But because Brighton got him,
in chat, no disrespect to Brennan Johnson, by the way. If we sign him, I will back him to the hilt, just like I back the rest of the players that have just joined. Who is a better football player, Brennan Johnson or Ansu Fati? I want every single person to answer that question. Who is a better footballer? Because the answer is clear to me. I want every single. We'll give them a couple of seconds. Who is?
Yeah, whilst doing that, I'm just going to bring up Paul Ferguson's comment, which is right, which leads me on to something. And I'm going to talk honest about this now because I'm sick to death of this as well. Put the ticket prices up and reward the fans like this. So once again, we go back to the ticket prices going up, and all the nonsense this is bringing, and the disrespect from the trust, who I'm going to talk about very shortly. But we have a super chat, two actually. Yeah. Wolves, big up, brother, big up. You've lost a player today. You knew it was coming. You know, unfortunately, your club is in a bit of a state right now with the owners. I would take your owners in a heartbeat. Let's do a swap. I'm not joking, but thank you for your support as always. And then Pedro, Levy is toxic for this club as Mercury. He won't sell. He won't buy. What is a realistic goal for Spurs in the league with Levy at the helm? 7th, 8th. He's right. But obviously now the supporters trust. Now, obviously, they have stated yet again that they're going to protest at Burnley. And Wayne's just sent in a super sticker. Can you get? Have you got your phone available to just show the super sticker? Whilst I just go on my right about the trust. So they did their one against Manchester United, which we all attended and respected and played a part of. And then a couple of nights before, Anthula was getting a hell of a lot of abuse, and I took a hell of a lot of time. Cheers, Wayne, brother. Thank you. I took a hell of a lot of time diffusing fires, doing what I could to try and show that the group that I proudly stand with, that we proudly stand with, Ben, will be coming in peace and to help, because this is one branch of the tree that we're trying to chop down. And we did that. And obviously they announced this today. I always tell the truth when it comes to this. I reached out to Anthula this morning and said, with this going out, this is before the Fassi deal, with going out of the cup in the manner that we did, transfer window still not nowhere near good enough. leaving things to the last minutes again. Players that should be out still here. Players that should be in falling apart. Is there any developments of what you're going to do? I haven't heard back from Anthula, and she does get a busy woman. She is a busy woman, so ain't it, Anthula? But again, the trust target, the ticket prices, which again, fine.
Yeah.
But we're getting to the point now where it's not enough. We will stand by you and support you. Help us. Help us. The board don't talk to you. The board, you even said in your trust statement, have not responded or reached out to you since your first protest. They're taking you for mugs. They've taken you for mugs. They're taking the supporters for mugs. Anyone that has a go at the way we're doing this and the way that we're trying to get this board out, rather than saying we're doing this wrong, get your ass over there or reach out to us and give us ideas. Don't just say, oh, this is wrong, you're doing it. Talk. Because I have people messaging me saying, you should do this, you should do that, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Right, have you come to any protests? Have you stood there? Have you been outside a training ground at 6 o'clock in the morning? Have you stayed there for 12 hours? Have you stood there on a match day and had abuse thrown at you? Have you had your personal Twitter account slammed with abuse? Oh, no. It's not. Don't just say it. Don't just say it. People now need to do it. We have done this for so long and on so many protests. Oh, I'm going to come. I'm going to come. I'm going to come. We'll do this. We'll do that. We put all the time in. We get all the work done.
Let's
and
work
then
together.
this.
We can help each other.
And then this. The trust, fans, everyone. I don't care if you hate me and you want Levy out. Drop your blooming problem with me because we both want the same thing. And the same with me to other people. And let's get these bastards out once and for all. Because until we don't come together to win the battle, we can't win the war. If we win the battle of this fan base, Danny, I don't know if we'll still be here in 15. This was just like an emergency pop up, but if you, I'd be quicker, Danny, if I were you, brother.
Yeah, it's
getting to the point now where drop the anger amongst people, drop what you feel on personal. I don't care if you want to come and stand next to me and you don't like me. You want Levy out? I'll stand proudly next to you. We don't have to talk.
Or have a conversation.
Exactly. Or we can just do what we have to do to get them out and go our separate ways. I don't care. You got to remember, I go back to Toronto in what are we at now? The 30th of September, August, soon to be the 31st. I go back the 2nd of October. There's only so much I can do right now.
Yeah.
On the pavement, outside the training ground, not outside training, outside the club shop, on social media, and be in this country. There's only so much longer I can help and do this for. Obviously, when I'm back in Canada, we will do everything that I always do when I've been in Canada. But I can't be there. So I'm going to do as much as I can in the short time I've got here. But the rest of the gang will be there. The rest of you thousands and thousands of people that want these owners out will be there. We need to come together and get these bastards out of the football club once and for all. Because if you're happy to sit here and take embarrassing nights like this evening, I thought yesterday couldn't get more embarrassing.
Yeah.
And here we are, Ben. Here we are. This is, I don't even know, how would you rank this on embarrassing issues? Shall I read the monologue again that I read this afternoon?
I feel like I feel sorry for one man, and I don't even know if it's going to happen because you've said we cannot agree a fee. I feel sorry for Brennan Johnson, and he's not even wearing a Tottenham shirt because that man's going to come into this football club, and Tottenham fans were excited for a Barcelona player, a player that's come through La Masia, and he's going to be likened to Ansu Fati, who, whether he's got injury problems, is a far better footballer technically than Brennan Johnson. I feel sorry for Brennan Johnson because he's going to be a failure before he started because he can never live up to that hype. He can never live up to the hype of being a Barcelona player through La Masia for a £50 million price bracket. He's going to be a dead man walking before he even gets in the door.
He's not going to get through the door.
Brennan Johnson is walking into a minefield, and I feel terribly sorry for him. And I've said this, the only positivity at this football club is Ange Postecoglou at the moment. I have so much hope for that guy and the way he runs his press conferences and the way he wants to play football. And he is taking the brunt of 23 years of bad running, bad money being spent, two trophies in 1998 and 2008. They are being run over because we cannot get our shit together. Brighton were in the Championship 4 years ago, and look how well they're being run. Aston Villa were in the mire a few years ago before they were taken over, and they've got a brilliant coach in charge. They're getting brilliant players through the door, and they look like they're going to be onto something in the next few years.
Yeah, do you know what, Ben? I'm going to read that Taylor Woe again that I read this afternoon, and we can add this into the rap sheet. So for anyone that didn't watch Ben and myself this morning or this afternoon, on Ben's The Daily Dose, I am now going to read the Taylor Woe and the rap sheet from these bastards. So, 2001, sacked George Graham shortly before a semi-final with the Gunners. The filth we lost. 2002, allowed David Pleat to dictate to Hoddle RE transfer policy. 2003, sacked Hoddle after forcing Pleat's players on him. 2003-04, Pleat as caretaker for nearly a whole season, where we get at the time our joint worst Premier League records and history. 2004, manager sacked after 11 games. 2006, sold our best midfielder Michael Carrick on the back of our best league start in 15 seasons. 2007, sacked popular Yol in the middle of a match. 2008, sold our 46-goal cup-winning strike force to Premier League rivals. In return, we got Fraser Campbell on loan and a donation to the Tottenham Hotspur Foundation. 2008, sacked manager 2 months after selling his brilliant strike force. 2010. Again, we go through everything of Daniel Levy trying to move us to Stratford. 2012, third in the league, 3 points off top, best chance at title in decades, injuries compounding, Ryan Nelson and Louis Zaha brought in. 2012, sold Modric. Our special partnership, remember that word, special partnership, with Real Madrid was signed. 2012, Harry Redknapp sacked. 2013, sold Bal, AVB sacked. 2014, 6 months of Sherwood, presiding over 2 defeats to West Ham, 2 to Arsenal, and a hammering by Chelsea. 2016, Spurs Lions second, chasing Leicester, only transfer made. Shiloh Tracy from Ebbsfleet Town, or Ebbsfleet, whatever they were called. We finished third. 2018-19, no transfers inbound for 18 months. Only time in Premier League history that this has happened. 2019, sacked Poch after his first bad spell in 4 years. 2019 onwards. We had the most expensive tickets in the Premier League. 2021, sixth choice manager recruited after months and months, sacked 3 months later. 2021, Super League charade. 2021, sack trophy-laden manager 6 days before a cup final. 29-year-old caretaker put in charge. 2021, hire and sack Nuno Espirito Santos. 2023, awards himself a 500 grand a year pay rise to continue his record as being the Premier League's most well-paid CEO. 2023, sacks Conte without clear plan, leaving his match-fixing number 2 in charge. 10% of Levy's entire tenure at this football club has been under caretaker managers. 2023, sporting director that Levy appointed, Fabio Paratici, resigns in disgrace. Phil P has just added another one. Furlough staff during COVID, but then has to remove that.
Everyone put the things they've done in the chat.
Yeah, if I've missed any out, and now we can put.
We had the filthy winning the league at the Lane 2004. Lasagna Gate.
But
Everyone can't blame on that on the ownership. Right, as much as we want to blame it, we can't blame the ownership for Lasagna Gate. We can't do that.
Nope. But this is what we are. Oh yeah, Mads is right. Joe Lewis getting arrested. I mean, feel free, people, to there's 300 people. Listen, we'll go for a bit more.
Danny said Scott, man.
Danny said he's 5 minutes.
Yeah, Ryan said he's coming as well. Ryan, Danny, hurry up, sunshine.
Okay, here's Ryan.
Oh, speaking of which,
we've got the oh god, he's on. He's
outside.
I'm outside. I've just finished work.
I've
just seen the news.
I have to
that
say
we have
that
lost
smile.
a player to Brighton and Hove Albion.
That smile worries the shit out of me. Go on, Ryan.
Brighton and Hove Albion have signed Ansu Fati on loan, not as a first choice target, to strengthen their squad. Because Mitoma is going to be playing left wing. They've done it to strengthen their squad. Ansu Fati for us was an opportunity. Wasn't going to be planned, okay? And he was going to be our left winger. He was our first choice because it was all of this sudden. He would have played. He was going to be our first choice. For Brighton, he's a squad player. Work that one out. Look how far we have fallen as a football club. That Brighton and Hove Albion are more of an attractive prospect to sit on the bench than to start for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club.
Yep.
No disrespect to Brighton. I love Brighton. I love the way they play. I love De Zerbi. But we're Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Tottenham Hotspur fucking Football Club should not be having players taken away from them from fucking Brighton. And until fans wake the fuck up and realise that no good is going to happen with Daniel Levy at the helm, it's going to continue to happen. It is a rotting fester. I am sick to death of people defending the indefendable. Wake the fuck up and save this football club before this football club ceases to exist. We're never going to get liquidated. Congratulations. We've got shiny stadium. Congratulations. I don't give a flying fuck. Yesterday was the third time I've had to travel midweek to try to watch us put out a fucking shambles of a side in a cup competition and see us get embarrassed. I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick to death of fans defending it.
Oh, and apparently Fab's just tweeted that we never.
That's what they all say.
We never wanted him.
Oh, we would never in for him. We would never in for him. We never wanted him anyway.
Let me just go on to X and see what he said. Let's go see what Fabrizio.
Why are they saying the journos that it's 99% done? Then who was that journo? What's her name?
No, but she was good looking. But remember, guys, remember, we're tunnel visions. All we see is Levy out. All we see is Levy out. You don't see the good stuff he's done. I don't give a fuck about the good stuff he's done, because none of that's on field. None of that benefits me going to watch Tottenham whatsoever. I want to see
International.
us lifting
Ryan,
trophies.
just 1 second. Ryan, 1 second. International, tweet me. I've got it written down. I'll send it to you, brother. I'll send it to you.
Helena Condis is the name of it, the journalist.
Whoever sent you that monologue left out one important thing.
Oh, everyone's left out something. Go on.
2004, our bitterest rivals winning the league at our ground under his tenure.
Yeah, right. Ben said that, but I don't think we can really blame him for the we can't stop that.
We can't.
As much as I tomorrow's Thursday, and I want to blame Levy on it, but I don't think we can. I don't think we can do that.
We are fair. We will blame him for the things he's done wrong, and we will credit him for the things he's done right. But this is not right. We should never get gazumped by Brighton. And I agree with you. I like Brighton as a football club. There is no chairman in this Premier League that I respect more than Tony Bloom. His charity work, the stuff he does at Jewish Care, where my family does.
Tony Bloom is Daniel Levy's. He was his side shop, wasn't he? Like, he learned his stuff off Daniel Levy.
And Tony Bloom is doing it better than him. He's doing it better than him as the chairman of Brighton.
The Apprentice is doing it better than the Master.
And he's doing it.
Work that one out.
He's doing it well. He's running a fantastic football club. They have also built a new stadium, by the way, and their stadium is wonderful.
They haven't had to sell £100 million striker, have they?
Nope, they have not.
I've been told, by the way, I haven't been told. What I believe to be true, because Brighton have sold £150 million worth of talent this summer, correct?
Yep.
They're willing to break their wage structure because Barcelona want the wages covered completely. Yeah. 220 grand. That's going to break Brighton's wage structure, but they can afford it for 1 year.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this whole thing wasn't going to get done because Levy didn't want to break the wage structure.
What if Brighton finish in the Champions League this year, which is a possibility? It is a possibility that Brighton, yes, they lost to West Ham, and it wasn't a good.
They always have that one defeat at home where they get it just doesn't click. Everton last year, there was a game before that, the year before. They have one game where they do get hiding, but they come back stronger. They go on a run.
Yeah. What if
the only thing stopping Brighton from competing and potentially nicking a top 4 or top 5 spot for Champions League is if they do go far in the Europa League.
So I just want to say very quickly, I just want to say one of my Toronto brothers are in the building. So Simon, big up. I don't know if you're watching with Ronan. I don't know if Ronan's with you, but mad love for you both and can't wait to see you back in Toronto very soon. I can't
wait to see you too.
Mate, Ryan, listen.
Big up, Stu boy, as well.
Well, and you know what? I'm saying now, by the way.
9 days going to be fun.
Big ups to everyone in chat, by the way. Thank you to everyone for joining us. It's really late at night. Everyone's working tomorrow morning, and you all spent your valuable time to watch us having a go at the internet. So thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you to everyone for your support, for your love and appreciation. It means a lot to us. And then let's wait for Danny Kiriakou, who's late again.
Yeah, well, first of all, I was just about to say, for the 300 and for the 322 people that are in here, Tottenham on Tour are really thankful. We are gaining new subscribers all the time. We are, as you can see, being a lot more constant all the time. But people that need to know, again, as I said, we are having a transfer deadline day bonanza at Ben's Coffee House on Friday. We will be there from 11 a.m. to whenever the window shuts. We will be bringing you content regularly. It's not going to be a live 11-hour stream, but we will be going live a hell of a lot. Maybe a few little pre-recorded bits. But the most important thing, if any of you live in the Essex, London, or whatever area, I can get to Ben's Coffee House and want to join us, be a part of the stream, or just come and chill and watch Transfer Deadline Day with us. Ben, where is what's the address and everything where they can find you?
You can find us at 8 the Broadway, Woodford Green. You can find the address of where we are on my website. You can find us on there. And that's correct from Level Earth. Transfer Bonanza with 0 signings.
Correct. But the Transfer Banana will be banana.
We'll see all of us there. We would love to see you all
Levy
there.
couldn't even get banana over the line.
Yeah.
He negotiates bananas in Sainsbury's.
So Ben, what's the nearest train station if people are coming by train?
Woodford.
I can't remember if it's Woodford or South Woodford. So yeah, if people are about and want to come and join in the fun and
also my buddy Phil P. Woo! If you're in the area, I know you're working, sunshine. I know you've got.
He's not working. He's in France.
He's in France still. Ooh la la.
He is still in France. But yeah, let's
to London now.
Let's get back to this and be serious now. Let's try and have a little bit of seriousness before Danny comes on and does his absolute bollocks.
Danny's here. That should be fun.
He will be coming. Yeah, he says he'll be coming. He'll come after deadline day, knowing him.
Yeah.
Where are we? I'm serious, and this goes to the 293 in the chat. Does anyone? I don't need to know the players' names. Just simply write players in, number, players out, number. Ben, I'll go to you first. How many do you think in and out? Seriously, this ain't a joke. There's no wrong or right answer. Well, there will be at the end of the window, but right now,
not including Jed Spence. I'm thinking 1 out possibly and 0 in.
Well, I can confirm Phil's question is definitely there'll be more people at Ben's Coffee House than there will be signed by Spurs in the window. So sorry, what was your numbers, Ben?
1 out, 0 in.
Okay, Ryan?
3 out, 1 in.
God, you're bloody optimistic. 3 out, 1 in. Okay, so let's go for it. Zach, big up to you, brother. Going players in 1. James Hunter's got the right answer. I said there's no wrong answer, but he's got the right answer, which is Enoch out. Players in 0 from Paul. Alex is 1 in, 3 out, like Ryan. So is Love Earth. Rich has gone down 1 with out 2, but in 1. Paul Ferguson has gone players out 4. Did he do a players in 0? Yeah, he did. 0 in, 4 out. Just Fusion. Players in 0. Danui. 0 in, 3 loaned out. That's a good point. How many? I want to talk about loan signings as well.
Yeah.
Andy, no permanents, only loans and 2 out. 1 out, 0 in from Kim. 3 out and 1 in, hopefully. Yep, that would be the dream. Tony, big up, brother in Sweden. 1 in, 0 out. Dan G, 1 in, 0 out. 3 in, 2 out. Alexander Hilton, 1 in, 2.
3 in.
Phil, 0 out, in, 3 out. 1 in, 2 out. Yep, can't wait for the next rabbit out of the hat. I can't wait to hear the we ran out of time or well, at least we tried.
Hey, I can't wait till January when the excuse is, it's difficult to do business in January.
Mate, so we've got that, but oh my God, there's been loads. But what I will have to say, I need to talk about loan players now. We obviously got screwed with loan players out of the club. Last season when Matt Doherty, we had to cancel his contract for obvious reasons. We can now only have 7. We've already loaned out 3 in Divine, Spence, Roden.
And the 21s don't count.
Okay, thank you for the finger waving as well. That really helped me there, Ryan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Listen,
the main event is in the house.
The main event's about to come in the house. I'm just going to finish this sentence. I'll bring Danny in, but Danny, Danny's in. Let me just finish what I'm saying, Danny. Then I'm going to just sit back, relax, and give my voice a rest and let my protege. All I can say is, Ran has come from Dagle. I've had to be calm because my mum's trying to sleep next door. Danny does not have that problem. My mum's not trying to sleep next door to him. Neither is anyone's mum. But yeah,
Yeah,
loan
and around
players.
in the street.
Loan players. We've only got 4 or 5 now. It looks like it could be Tanguy out on loan. It looks like Tanganga could be out. I want these loans to be with players that have a pathway to the football club.
Yeah.
That might have a future, not just get off pissed off because we don't want you. So we will have to go.
I will have to
Ben,
preface
do me a favour. Can you block Josh Levy?
done.
Because I'm not going to
I
stand
will
for comments
preface
like
though,
that.
if you are wearing headphones, Tottenham on tour is not responsible for your eardrums breaking in the next 20 minutes. So all eardrums are a property of yourself and not of Tottenham on tour. It's because we got to
Yeah,
blame.
Danny, let's just check the sound levels.
Whatever his dress is.
Danny, let's just check the sound levels. Mic check, 1, 2.
How you doing,
Yep.
boys?
Oh,
Wonderful, mate. Wonderful. Just another, as I always say, just another day in paradise in the shit show.
Yep.
That
Sorry,
is Tottenham
Zach.
Hotspur.
Look, do you know what? Do you know what? Right. First of all, I just want to say, guys, look, you need to calm down because one thing's for sure. Well, listen.
He's
whoa,
joking.
just listen. Don't worry, guys. We got next summer. We're gonna have the best window we've ever had. Don't worry, guys. Honestly, don't worry. We got next summer to do it all. We're gonna spend as much money as possible. We're gonna bring in the best players. Don't worry. Just calm down, guys. Honestly, right? This is amazing what's happening. It's just this club is just on another level. I mean, it is the most disgraceful thing I've seen in Tottenham for a long time, right? The fact that we've sold Harry Kane for £105 million and we've done, well, apparently we've done nothing with the money. But if you ask me, I think that money was spent long before that money even came in. I think all the players that we bought this summer have been with the Kane money. I think that we had no money to spend, or they were never going to give the club money to spend on new players coming in. And what pisses me off the most about all of this is the fact that, look, this Fatty deal, right? This Ansu Fatty deal. I mean, it's shambolic in itself because number one, he's like Ben said, he's a far better player than Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is the epitome of Spurs fans at the delusional best, right? Spurs fans are the fucking biggest problem here, right? I don't know if you guys heard this, right? But I was listening to one of the most dumbest Spurs fans I've ever heard in my life on TalkSport last night.
John.
On TalkSport. Was that who? I don't know.
The one that said he was happy to go out.
I mean, this guy, right, is the most fucking delusional dickhead I've ever heard anyone speak about Spurs. I mean, for him to say he was happy to come out the cup yesterday because he wanted to focus on Champions League just goes to show what Daniel Levy has done to this fan base, right? What he has done to turn fans' heads, right? I want to get onto the game first, right? Yesterday, right? That was 1,000,000% Angie's fault. Everything about yesterday was Angie's fault. I don't want to hear Daniel Levy's fault yesterday, right? But I'm gonna elaborate on this because part of the problem is the fact that Daniel Levy, their ambitions. Listen to what Angie's word said yesterday. What did he say yesterday after the game? He said, "Where else am I gonna give these players a chance? Where else?" What does that fucking tell you? That tells you exactly what everyone needs to know, right? He's basically saying, "Oh, don't worry, we'll give the B team a chance, right? We'll give the B team a chance to fucking play in the cup. And if we lose, oh, don't worry, at least we've given them a fucking chance, right? The useless players at this club that shouldn't even be at this club." That tells you everything about the ambition of where this club wants, what they want to do, right? And the ambition is the Premier League. That is in terms of top 5. That is what Daniel Levy's memos has been for the whole time. Any managers coming to this club, get Champions League football. That's it. That is it, right? There's no way Ange Postecoglou makes 9 fucking changes without having that at the back of his mind, right? Because it doesn't matter what happens in the cups as long as you give the players a chance. Just give them a chance, right? That, to me, shows naivety from Ange Postecoglou or absolute downright delusion, right? Or you could say insanity to some extent, right? Because no manager in their right mind changes 9 players when we're starting to build momentum, right? A little bit of hope and momentum that we had We're starting to build that, and you go and crash it down by giving players like Davinson Sanchez and Ben Davis and Emerson Royale a chance. We've got to give them a chance, guys. They need a pat on their head. They're little children. We've got to give them a chance. They're prima donna fucking footballers who are paid fucking so much money a week, right? And we've got to give them a chance, guys. We've got to give them a chance. We've got to give them a chance to, at the expense of the Tottenham fans' only fucking chance to actually even sniff silverware this season. Not even have a chance to even be in it to win it. Just to even sniff it. And now that's even gone. I mean, it's damn right insanity that people still think that this board, right? That now, do you know what, right? Why I'm gonna say the club are responsible for some of these issues, right? Is because where the club is responsible, where Daniel Levy, that actual bold prick, is responsible, is for the fact, right, that he has kept these players on the books at Spurs, overvaluing them what their actual market price is, right, to keep them in the squad, because he feels, right, that no clubs are paying what he deems is what they are worth, right? But what they are actually worth is fucking nothing, because they are dog shit. They are shit, right? And I tell you why what I'm saying is proof in the pudding by what is happening. Ndombele loan. If he goes out on loan, that's exactly the proof you need, right? I even saw like about an hour ago that there's links that Atletico Madrid might be doing a deal for Højbjerg on loan. Can you imagine if we get rid of Højbjerg on loan? Another player on loan. And do you know what? At this rate, I think Højbjerg is the best of the rest of what we've got right now. Other than the three starting midfielders that we've got, he's the best of the rest, because Skip is useless. Absolutely fucking useless, right? He's shambolic player. And the Tottenham fans suck his dick like he's the next fucking Scott Parker, right? It is just a joke. I can't stand this absolute bollocks from this club, right? And what I hate more is the fact that the fans, right, they talk about players like Brennan Johnson, like he's going to be our saviour. He's our next David Ginola. He's our next fucking Gareth Bale. Are you on crack? Are you on fucking crack? You smoking? You need to like stop smoking. You need to get off that fucking crystal meth or whatever you're fucking smoking and open your fucking eyes. Go to Specsavers, get some contact lenses, do something, because what I've seen of Brennan Johnson is damn right averageness at best, right? He is worse than Aaron Lennon, right? Aaron Lennon was a better dribbler than him. Aaron Lennon couldn't cross a ball, couldn't really score, couldn't do much else apart from run at defenders, right? But Brennan Johnson can't even do that. He just runs in a straight line, right? His dribbling's not that great, and the rest of his game is not as good as what people think it is. You watch his highlight reels, right? Even his highlight reels showing him giving the ball away. And highlight reels are supposed to be little clips of players showing their best, right? I'll tell you what, right? And I can prove this to you, because if every single person in this fucking chat goes and types in Ndombele, Tottenham, right? And they go and watch a highlight reel of Ndombele, an 8-minute video, they will see a player that looks like a fucking Maradona, right? He looks like the next fucking Gascoigne. He looks like this unbelievable talent. But really, he is fucking shit in reality, because people do not show the full scope of what a player is capable of doing, right? Which is not much for Ndombele, right? They don't show his laziness. They don't show him walking around the pitch for 70 minutes doing nothing, right? Brennan Johnson is the most underwhelming signing. And if we pay £50 million, we're going to have two players in this squad, right, who can't even hit double figures. And that's £110 million worth of talent in Brennan Johnson and Richarlison, who, in my opinion, won't even get 10 goals between them in the Premier League, right? Yes. In my opinion. And Savo, so what Savo said before, right, is bang on the money, right? He was saying about how, what I've been saying as well all along, we still have one of the biggest problems that we've got at the moment. It's the centre-backs. We've still got a massive issue in the centre-backs, right? We cannot, right? We cannot go into this season with Davinson Sanchez and Tanganga as our only other options at centre back. It is just and Ben Davis. Like I think Sean was saying it, right, and he said it spot on like a few days ago, whenever it was. He said, if you look at this first 11, right, and you take one piece out of that jigsaw right now, it's like a block of Jenga and it comes collapsing down. That is exactly spot on, right? Because if you look at this team, you take Van der Ven out that first 11 and you put Ben Davis there, we're fucked. I'm not even joking at the back. We're fucked, right?
Yeah.
You take Basuma or Madison, just one of them out of that team, we're fucked. We're fucked. We can't do anything, right? You take Son out that team, we're fucked. We can't do anything. And Son hasn't even been performing that amazingly. He's been doing all right. He's been doing better.
He's getting better game by game.
He's been getting progressively better, right? And you can see him maybe starting to come into a bit more. But I'll tell you what, though, we are clutching at straws when people are talking about Brennan Johnson. Like, it makes me fucking sick, honestly, right? And it goes to show the state of this fan base. It's just, there is no ambition whatsoever from this fan base, right? And the fact that, do you know what the worst thing about this whole situation is, right? Is that all these reporters, you see them, right? And they come in and they say, oh yeah, Tottenham are interested in signing him. They really want to sign him. They really want to do this. They really want to do that, right? As soon as it doesn't happen, oh no, we weren't interested. Oh no, we weren't interested, right? That is the typical fucking PR machine, Donna Cullen, right? That fucking
99.
Do you know what, Ben?
99% done.
It's that fucking, and do you know what, right? The worst thing is, the PR machine that Donna Cullen is, that bitch at Spurs, right? I'm sorry, right? But she...
Don't apologise for that. Don't apologise for that. That's exactly what she is.
She can't even do PR right. She can't even do PR right. She's that shit, right? It's shambolic. Where is Scottman? Where is he? What's happening with Scottman? Don't worry. We got Rebecca. We got Miss Capelhorn doing all the business.
Danny, you got to remember we hired Scott Munn to be the chief footballing officer, who was going to be the direct link between the dickhead and the director of football.
And he's not even.
We don't have a director of football. We brought in a chief footballing officer to be. So this is what this club does. We brought in. We brought in this structure of having a director of football. We've had 6 of them. One of them left because he said Daniel Levy doesn't listen to me. Daniel Levy, and we all know what happened with Paul Mitchell. Then we hired a guy that we knew was pretty much corrupt and awaiting allegations. But we had to hire him because his name's Paratici. He's come from the mighty Juventus and he's the best. We got to have him. He has to leave because he's been found guilty and has a worldwide ban. The way this wanker at the top then decides to shut these fans up and go, oh, it's going to be different this time because we've done something different. We brought in someone and gave him a brand new title. And remember, these directors of football previous are meant to be the link between manager to director of football to Daniel Levy. That's how this link was meant to work, and it obviously didn't. But then what we do, we'll change the structure because it's different this time. Remember, Danny, as we've been told so many a time, this time, Brian, Danny, it's going to be different. So why else Danny? So then what we do is we bring in a chief footballing officer to be the link between the link to the top man. So instead of it just being manager as an issue, director of football goes to Levy, we now have a director of football, a manager that's meant to report to the director of football, that will then report to the chief footballing officer, that will then go to the top. So you look at our structure now, we have the manager who has no director of football to go to, none whatsoever, so no message to be passed to the chief footballing officer, who can't start work yet because he's still with the City Group, and that person's going to pass the message to Levy. So we have gone from manager and chairman have a good relationship and chat to now being a club that has a director of football and the director of football has a boss and the boss can't start work and the director of football we haven't got.
You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the film Ford versus Ferrari when they were building the car, and before the file goes to the boss, it goes through 10 floors of accountants and they all get it wrong. and they still got it wrong. That's just what this reminds me of. We need a driving force. We need someone that's going to grab the footballing side of the business and it's going to say, you know what? You guys know nothing about football. I will take on the football side of the business and I'm going to drive it forward. But we are being driven forward by pencil pushers, by accountants, by computer men, by dinner ladies, by baristas. I wish I was a person in charge. I'd get this done. We are being run by any single person but someone that knows anything about football. And that's in charge of our football club.
I'm going to leave it for this, and then I'm going to go. We knocked down White Hart Lane and built this new stadium.
The game changer. The game changer.
The game changer of signing Brennan Johnson and Richarlison. The game changer.
Do you know, honestly, right? It just what I find most infuriating is the fact that there's all these excuses. All I hear is fucking excuses, right?
You like this
right?
one?
About do you know what, right? Do you know what? Yeah, like this, right? There's all these excuses about do you know what, right? As much as I like Ali Gold, right? Ali Gold, what people need to understand about Ali Gold, right? And I like him, don't get me wrong, right? Ali Gold gets told what to say from the club, right? He has his people inside the club and he gets told he's even other reporters, including himself, have been told that he can only say what he's been allowed to say from what they've told him, right? They will only tell him certain things. They won't tell him the full story. They'll only tell him what they want the public to know, right? Get it right. That's how media works. It's only what they want you to know. That's how politicians, everyone uses the media to spin their own way in their own kind of their own kind of narrative, right? That's how it works. That's how elections work. That's how they try and spin elections, right? It's the same in football. It's how they want you to spin what they think what the club are saying. Like, for example, I'll give you an example, right? About how they said, oh, Brennan Johnson is Ange's #1 target. That is the most fucking bollocks I've ever heard in my life, right? There's no way in hell Ange Postecoglou said, do you know what? The one player I want for £50 million is Brennan Johnson. That is just fucking ludicrous. It is absolute insanity. And do you know what? I want to see. We've got someone who I want to bring on, and I want to see what he has to say.
We haven't got much time, though, Danny. We do have to wrap up.
Hold on. You can go. I'm fucking staying here. but look, let me just say, right? For me, the biggest problem we've had is these players that we're not getting out, right? And the fact that we're trying to get them out on loan now just to get them away, right? Just goes to show that there's absolute no plan at this club whatsoever. And for me, I feel so sorry for Ange because I really like Ange and I wanted him to come when we were linked with him, right? But the fact that it's like they're literally chipping away at his legs, right? They're chipping away at his legs little by little and saying, look, see what you can do, see what you can do. And it's just like I've just got this feeling that it's gonna go horribly wrong for him because those players that played against Fulham, right? He cannot trust them. It shows he cannot trust them. He can't. And look, let's bring him in because I want to see what Sav has to say. Right?
We are wrapping up in 10 minutes, though, Danny. Whether you like it or not.
Whoa!
You can't get people out of bed and then say we're going to wrap up in 10 minutes.
I'm the chief moderator.
Big up,
big up, bro.
Big up. I owe you a phone call, Brian. Sorry, not coming on.
You're worse than Danny Kiriakou, and that mate.
Whoa, that's saying something.
Do you know what?
I know.
Do you know what? I've even forgotten what I was going to fucking say. I'm so pissed off. Sava, you take it away, brother.
I want to hear what Sav has to say, what his thoughts are on all of this, what's going on at the moment. Because we've got one day left in the transfer window, basically.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. I've remembered. Just very quickly, Sava, one thing. I'll be very, very quick. Then you crack on, brother. What I want to say about this dickhead ownership, these bastards, and for the pricks that listen to them and believe every word they say, and you are pricks, by the way, if you believe what Levy says. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care.
You can tell you can swear on this channel.
People want to slate me speaking the truth, or come and slate me when I'm calling you out, pricks. When I say
I'm
this,
guessing monetization isn't important.
Mate, with this, no, I don't care. I don't care about the monetization of this video. I really don't. This is about the bastards that are in charge. Couldn't give a crap. We have it that Brennan Johnson was Angie's #1 pick, #1 player. Well, apparently, we knew the Kane dilemma was going to happen months ago. We were aware of it. We discussed it. We knew this was going to happen. So why has it taken over a month or 2 months to only find out we are almost miles away from their evaluation? This is Angie's #1 pick, no? The club knew Kane was leaving. He has said, I want Brennan Johnson. So we're going to wait till the day before the deadline closes to make our move on Angie's Postecoglou's #1 pick. Pricks. Go on, Sava. I'll pass over to you, kind sir.
I had my angry moment earlier, so I stormed off of a channel, so I'll be a bit more chilled now. Look, can we stop doing the same thing every year, right? And still have the same fans every year believe that it's different every year. I just feel like all summer, doesn't matter whether it's this year, last year, the year before, you hear all the people, oh, you're negative, you're plastic, you're not a real fan, go and support them, do this, do that, you're an idiot, you're going to die, hope you die, hope you get this, blah, blah, blah. The window's not shut yet, blah, blah, blah. Oh it's God. Always the same. We have been linked with every man, woman, dog, cat, koala bear, everything this summer, right? We've been linked with everything. And what's actually happened is we've signed Maddison and Van der Ven, who are very good players. And what that's done is it's actually papered over the cracks for what is another very average window. Maddison's an excellent signing, but as I said on the show earlier, Maddison for me is a very average. No, sorry, he's class. Is a very easy deal to do because we've waited for him to have 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, his team's got relegated. It's a good deal to do, right? We did it the year before with Basuma, 1 year on his contract. You know, we're not going and getting these players when they're valued at 65, 70 million. We get them when there's 1 year left to go. What we've done aside from that, and I'm not teaching anyone to suck eggs. You all know what I'm about to say. Yeah. Is you've got Valise, who is a kid for the future. Ashley Phillips is a kid for the future. Vicario, I like him as a goalkeeper, but he's a cheap option. And Solomon was a free. We wouldn't have paid to have Solomon. No way. And to Danny's point, to Brian's point, absolutely spot on. The problem is the PR machine is in wonderful flow. And I'm not having a go at this person when I say this, right? But the moment Alistair Gold uttered the words the other day, he muttered those words. Yeah.
Sorry, can I just give you some news about this Ansu Fati deal and why he's gone to Brighton?
Sure.
And I've got this on. Tottenham were unwilling to cover his wages in full and were asking to pay 30% of his wages.
What did I tell you about 20 minutes ago?
1 second, Ryan, I haven't finished. Brighton willing to pay 100%. Brighton. We have the third richest club in the world. We have this game-changing stadium. And we're prepared to... Sorry, go back to you, Sam, and then you, Ryan.
No, that's all right. No, listen, I was just... I can't even remember what I was up to now. Look.
You're Brennan Johnson as a PR machine.
Right, the PR machine. The moment that Alistair Gold, who, let's be fair, I've got nothing against Alistair Gold. I've spoken to him before. Seems like a really nice guy. But let's be fair, he's doing his job, right, which is the chief Tottenham kind of person in his company. So he's not right. Yeah. So he's never going to say anything bad. The moment he said that this is Angie's first choice, the problem is fans that can't think for themselves jumped on that bandwagon and went, if Ange wants him, if he's Ange's #1 target, I want him. Now, unfortunately, we're in a day and age now where if you have your own opinion on a footballer, that doesn't matter anymore. You're not allowed to have critical thinking as a human being. It's Ange's #1 target is being set over here. So it's over here, if Ange wants him, I want him, right? Forget how good he is.
Yeah.
Forget the fact that, like Brian said, that we've known Kane was going from the day Postecoglou walked in. I think most fans said he is going. Well, most sensible people knew he was going.
Mm.
We've waited until what? Hang on. There's 47 hours of the transfer window left in 3 minutes, right? So 47 hours and 3 minutes. We haven't even bid for him.
Yeah.
Like we've not bid for him, and people are saying
we're still in discussions to potentially maybe thinking about it. Who cares? Do we know? To even begin talks.
So the key thing for me is this: when look, I've heard two things that worry me. The first, all the noises coming out of the club, and all of the senior reporters, so to speak, are that Ange doesn't actually want a centre forward. He wants a wide man. Now, first of all, I don't know if I'm being too simplistic, but that baffles the hell out of me when you look at Richarlison as our striker.
Yeah.
Second of all, if it was a wide man you wanted and it was pace that you wanted, then I'll ask the question, why did we sign Solomon and Kulusevski that both play in that position?
Yeah.
To only then go and want to buy £50 million worth of Brennan Johnson. Now, I'm not knocking Solomon or Kulu there. I've got my reservations with Kulu, but that's not what this is about. If Ange's number one target the whole way through was, I want a quick strike, a quick wide man, then why did we go and get Solomon on a free and Kulusevski? Why didn't we go and get Brennan Johnson 2 months ago, right? And then use that other money we spent on Kulu to buy a centre forward or a centre half.
For example.
None of it adds up. But the problem is we're now, as I said, we're in this wokeism world where the moment you question anything, like I told you guys, right?
Yeah.
I woke up this morning, I had 4 or 5 death threats throughout YouTube and Instagram, right? Now I don't care. I've had it all before. I don't care. It's like, cool. No one's ever turned up my house yet. Yeah, maybe if I don't stream tomorrow at 10, right? Someone's turned up at my house.
What's your address again, Sava?
Yeah, exactly. Right. But this is what happens when you question anything. You're not allowed to question anything. And I look at this and go, for all the money we've spent this summer, and yet we've not addressed the key issues. We have not addressed goal scoring. We have not addressed the fact that at the moment, Davinson Sanchez and Dyer, we are 2 injuries away from having those two playing in a high line, right? We have. Look, I'll leave it on this. Sorry, I'm aware I've waffled a bit there.
No, go on.
I'll leave it on this. If you take away, I saw a really good comment today. I don't know, Danny and Ben, you might have seen it in the Spurs review group.
Yeah.
If you take away Romero, Van de Ven, Basuma, and Maddison, right? What actually? Listen, don't get me wrong. The doggy's a good player, but he's only 20.
Yeah.
What is actually there? Honestly,
Nothing.
take that 4 away. We're talking Vicario. Take that 5 there down the spine of the team. What is at Tottenham Hotspur?
We saw it. We saw it against Fulham. That's what's there. A team that played Conte ball, that was playing on the back foot, couldn't get ahead of the game, couldn't string 2 passes together, kept misplacing everything. A striker who can't do absolutely anything. He can't hold up a ball. He can't control a football. He can't hit a football. He just about heads a football, and that's about it. And even then, it's how rarely does he score a header, right? He scored 3 goals for headed goals for Spurs out of 5 goals he scored in his entire Spurs career, right? In nearly 50 appearances, 3 goals. And people were talking about Darwin Núñez, right? Like he's some rubbish player, but I saw a stat yesterday that in 45 appearances, he scored 1 more goal than Luis Suarez did in 45 appearances. And Luis Suarez turned out to be one of the best strikers on the planet at the time, in one of the best front three I've ever seen play football together, right? In Neymar and Messi and Suarez. So people were saying that people want to slate someone like Darwin Núñez. He to me, his control is not great.
Imagine him in our team right now.
Oh, Sava. Right. Look, do you know what, right? His control is not the greatest, but I tell you what, he can put the ball in the back of the net. I tell you what, him in that front three with us, I think he would suit our system far more than he suits Liverpool's system, in my opinion. But Look, I just think Spurs fans need to like just wake up and grow a pair of bollocks, in my opinion, because they kind of just think that every single player, half, not even average player, anyone that's linked with Spurs, what they try and do is they try and fight. Do you know what they do, Sava? Right? Or to everyone who's watching the panel, what they do is they try and make themselves feel better by telling themselves that this player is going to be the player to make the difference for Spurs, right? When all they have to do is actually go and watch the player or look at his stats, and they will see that someone like Brennan Johnson, right, is not going to really offer that much to us, apart from maybe he can run faster than Kulusevski, right? Is he technically better than the Kulusevski? That's a massive debate, right?
Danny, can I say one quick thing? Really quick thing, because I know Ben wants to wrap up, right?
No, we'll go for a bit longer.
We'll go for a bit longer. Don't worry. We'll go for a bit longer. Ben, go to bed. I got out of bed now. I'm here now.
I am in control. I got
out of bed.
You are the reactionary.
I got out of bed. Let's be fair. If Spurs weren't in for Brennan Johnson, right? So just wrap that away from your minds, yeah, that we've ever been linked with him. If I messaged all four of you and everyone in the chat tomorrow, all 350, whatever's in here, right? If I messaged every single one of you in the morning and said, bear in mind, we've not been linked with him, okay, just for this game. And I said to you, guys, have you seen Crystal Palace have signed Brennan Johnson? You'd all go, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Decent signing.
That's a Crystal Palace signing, right? A Fulham signing. You'd go, yeah. If I said to you, Spurs are spending £50 million on Brennan Johnson, while Aston Villa are buying Diaby for £41 million, whilst Man City are getting Jeremy Doku for £50 million, right? Whilst Fatty's going on loan to Brighton, right? Whilst West Ham are getting Mohamed Kudus for 45 million euros, you'd all think I was crazy. You would all think I was crazy, because what we're doing is we're taking a very average player now that, let's be fair, he's quick. Watch him play. He's quick, but he's never got the ball under control. He's not technically good. But all our fans now will just go, we need some pace. Yeah, but hang on, what about the Q word? What about quality? We need some quality. I'm just resigned to the fact that every day I will wake up, I will fight the good fight, and I'll be called a C, I'll be called a T, all these different words, and our fans will just want toxic positivity. But we're gonna end the window again, guys, like last summer, where some people, I put a poll out just now. Would you rate the window 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, 9 to 10? The number of people that have voted for 7+, when we've only sold Harry Winks as Deadwood, right? When we haven't signed another centre back, when we haven't signed any more goal scorers, when we haven't got any backup in midfield, it's scary. It's truly scary how many people don't understand football. I'm just gonna. I'll leave that there because Ben will tell me off.
Yeah, no, Danny, I just want to add to this. Sava, did you see the tweet that was going around about Chelsea spending?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that is.
You've got to love Chelsea, in you. In a way, they're funny.
But this is the thing. What this fan base will do now, Sava, as you know, and I know, Daniel will know, Ben will know, Ryan will know, every other Levy out will know. They go, yeah, but they spent 150 million on Caicedo. They spent 105 million on Enzo. They did this. They did that. They've gone through 3 managers. They've done this. During the whole time of this transfer window, shall I give the list? Not that he asked to go into it, because I'll make myself even more annoyed. But what trophies they've won. And how many times they've been in Europe. Should we do a resemblance on that, and how them spending in one summer? Listen, Chelsea have blown a lot of people out the window this summer.
Brian, how much? I'll tell you what's more impressive for me with Chelsea than anything. This window, forget how much they've spent. Forget all that. Yeah. How much Deadwood have they managed to shift in one summer?
Yeah.
And we've got rid of Harry Winks.
Do you know what, Sav? Right, that's literally that for me is the biggest problem that we have at this club, is the fact that my biggest qualm with Daniel Levy is the fact that we are overvaluing players and we can't get rid of them, and we're now we're being forced to loan them out, right? Because Daniel Levy wants too much money for crap, right? This is the biggest problem. And the worst thing is, you could do a deal with a club and say, look, other clubs have done it before in the past with us. We loaned Adebayor, we bought Adebayor, we paid a percentage of his wage, and Man City still paid a percentage of his wage. If Tottenham really wanted to get rid of Ndombele, they could sell him for a transfer fee and say, look, we'll pay another year half of his wages, right, or something like this. Yeah, look, it's exactly, it's just ridiculous.
Look,
I mean,
look at that.
That is just that is insane.
Wait, we can do this. Professional streamer here.
Oh, good, Ben. I don't know how you do that. Well done.
That is insane. 12 years, 10 years, 10 years. I mean, Dyer and Davis are on the verge of testimonials, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's 11 players, guys. Now that's 11. Now add this. I won't now add. And where is it? Here it is. Right. So those 11 players. Now add to that Jed Spence, Richarlison, Skip, Royale, Perisic, and Hill. That's 17 players that I wouldn't give a rat's ass if all of them were sold in the next 2 days.
No.
17 of our squad, that is, guys and girls.
Yep. And
17.
I personally would stick Son in there as well.
Who?
Son. Even in
I'm not getting into that.
Yeah. That's a debate for another day. But
into that, mate.
It is one. I mean, you know, top 10 clubs who have spent the most money, net spend. So anyone that wants to say, "Oh, look at this is net spend," so this is all for you that love the net spend Olympic Games. Bournemouth are in the top 10 worldwide in terms of money spent this window.
And it just makes you laugh. Like we can't even offer deals properly to people. I mean, we take so long to get deals done that we just don't even do them in the end because they don't want to pay out the money for the players because they believe that it's worth what they think it's worth, and it doesn't matter what the other club thinks as long as Tottenham feel okay, it's fine. That's why we haven't signed as many players as we should have signed, right? But on top of that, again, it goes back to the players we haven't sold. Like we've sold one. How have we sold one fucking player all window? Harry Winks, all window. That's a joke. I mean, it's borderline.
So haven't we made? So we made what, roughly 100 million from Kane, right?
Yeah.
And 8 to 10 million depending on stuff for Winks. So we've made 110 million. Yeah. Depending on how much you want to put the Porro and Kulu deal into this window and all of that.
It doesn't go past this window. It's already budgeted.
Right. So does that mean our net spend is something like 40 million?
It's about 50 million. So, 40 million.
40 million profit.
Good job we knocked White Hart Lane down for this, isn't it, lads?
Yeah. It's amazing. And do you know what? But before we go, right? Like I said, my biggest problem is that, like, when I feel that they're cutting off Ange's legs at the moment, right? And as much as he's saying, "Oh, look, it's fine, we're all fine," he can't be that fucking naive or stupid to not see that 3/4 of the squad cannot play the football that he wants to play, and he's not gonna be able to sustain that football that we've seen in the Premier League for the whole season, right? He cannot, because we are gonna get injuries. It's no doubt about it, we're gonna get injuries. So for me, you take out Basuma and this team collapses. You take out Madison, team collapses. You take out Vicario, team collapses. It's just and that's just saying something. Like we can't even play without Sarr now because we don't even have the legs in the midfield because Højbjerg can't do what Sarr can do, right? And we play Skip and Højbjerg. It's like watching oil tankers play. It's just like they don't do anything. It's fucking useless.
Okay, I'm just gonna have one very quick thing. Could I just ask Ben to send this to me?
Keep the show going. Ignore Ben. Ignore Ben.
Ignore Ben.
There's more than one Ben in this world. Are you Bensist?
So what I was going to say, I don't know if people saw Ben and Simeon's analysis of what's got to be done at this football club. I'm talking transfer-wise. They did a real deep analysis of it. And the startling thing is,
how long did it take? 24 hours?
No, mate. It is the homegrown quota. Now, just to show how bad of a football club we've been run and how bad this is currently Tottenham's homegrown quota. Fraser Forster, 36 years old, 1 year left on his contract. He'll be gone.
Good penalty shot stopper, though, isn't he?
But
Mate.
before you
It was
carry
like
on,
watching a dying animal trying to save a shot.
I need to
Sorry.
find out quickly, Aki.
I've got to be up at stupid o'clock.
Ryan, brother, off you go, brother.
Stop, Lila.
Say that, Ryan.
Fuck the regime.
There you go. There you go. So, Ben Davies. Been here, as Savage has shown, a huge amount of time. He'll be gone soon. James Maddison. Okay, bang, home. We'll say that's one that will be here for is in Tottenham's future plans. Alfie Whiteman. Brandon Austin.
Yeah.
Japhet Tanganga. Ryan Sessegnon. Jed Spence.
He's not there anymore.
But he'll be on loan. He'll be back.
He's back next year.
Yeah.
We'll do this again next summer.
Yeah, we'll do this again next summer, yeah.
Ollie Skip
Oh, great.
Club.
and Harvey White. So I'm just going to go through this again. And I just want a yes or no from each of you at the same time about who stays. And put it in the comments as well.
I'll say it all. No to all of them right now.
Whoa, Danny, whoa. Fraser Foster. Is he
No.
part of Tottenham's long-term future plans?
Of course he is.
I don't know. We do
Ben
keep people for a long time.
Ben
of course he
Davies. Is he part of Tottenham's?
No.
James Maddison.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harvey Whiteman.
No.
No.
Harvey White, no. Not at the moment.
No, sorry. The goalkeeper, Whiteman. Brandon Austin.
No.
Okay, that's good.
No,
So we've got one
definitely.
homegrown player at the moment. Japhet Tanganga.
No.
No.
Ryan Sessegnon.
No. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too. Yeah, I hope not
Jed
too.
Spence.
No.
No.
Ollie Skip.
No.
I think,
Actually,
I think
I
he'll
think
be
he'll
kept
be here, yeah.
around.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
he'll be the next Harry Winks. We won't be able to sell
Yeah.
him for 5 years or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And finally, Harvey White.
No.
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 So from that list I gave you of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 homegrown, and we've got a homegrown problem.
Yeah.
Over the next coming year or two, there are 2 homegrown players.
But you're missing a trick. By then, Dane Scarlett and Alfie Devine will be old enough to be homegrown footballers.
Okay, so that's 4, and we need to have a minimum. This is like the minimum at the moment. We need to get more homegrown in. But this football club being run brilliantly. We're going. So yeah, you're right. In the under 21,
Bang on, Peeves. Bang on. He's got the solution to all our problems.
So let's go. Do you know what? Let's go through. You've just said that, Sava. In this list also, Ben has given me the under 21s that are there. So let's go through the ones and see how they're going to integrate into our homegrown quota, shall we? Troy Parrott.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Papa Mathasar will obviously be in our future, but he ain't homegrown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destiny Adoji.
Not
Don't matter. Not homegrown. Valise. I think we know where that's going.
He's homegrown, Brian.
Dad.
He's from Stockport, mate. What are you talking about?
I really questioned it for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, I've really questioned it. And then you've got the 3 that will, Scarlett,
God.
Divine, and Ashley Phillips. So at the moment we have 8 currently homegrown.
Brian, I'd debate you on Dane Scarlett.
We've got 8 homegrown. We've said that 2 of them are still going to be there in the future, and out of our under 21s, we've put 3 in there.
Yeah.
So we're 3 down from where we are right now, and we have a homegrown quota net problem now. We're going to need to go out and buy 3 English players or British players that are considered homegrown, which are going to cost a huge amount of money, because this board and the dickheads, and I repeat, the pricks that believe everything that come out of them, think that this club is doing financially brilliantly and we're going in the direction and it's all part of a plan and things are going right and things are going well and don't worry, we're all in good hands, and once we've paid the debt off, this is going to change, and once this happens, that's going to change. This is a huge problem we have at the just another problem, a log to throw on the fire.
It's just honestly, I don't know where we go from here. To be honest with you, I mean, I personally don't think we're going to sign anyone else this window. I think we might see 1 or 2 more loans out the club. That's probably about it. I don't think. I think what will happen is the Brennan Johnson one, unless they get him for like £20 million plus Davinson Sanchez, Tottenham. I think if Tottenham pay £50 million for Brennan Johnson, I think football's finished. I think for this club, honestly, I think we're finished.
Do you know what? Right, listen, I look at it now and go, okay, we would have known.
So before you get into your point, I'm just gonna have to go. My wife has been saying I've made a call about an hour and a half ago, and we've been on stream for an hour and 36 minutes. So I said, so I'm going to go before I get a transatlantic bollocking. So I'm going to let you go, Sava. Make sure you know this thing. Look at it. You see this thing, Sava? I don't know why you're laughing.
Don't do it, Danny Kiriakou.
I don't know why he's laughing. Sava, give me.
I've got a new T-shirt brand coming out. It's a picture of Danny's bun. It just says "Be more Danny." That's all it is.
Damn right.
When it comes to phone calls, don't be. Right, brother. We'll speak later. Danny Kiriakou, brother. Love you. We'll speak soon. Ben.
We'll speak to you in 8 months, Danny.
Yeah, we'll speak to you soon. The 436 people in the chat, thank you for spending the evening. I'll leave you with these 3 guys, but it wouldn't be a stream unless I said, and as always, Levy out.
See you later, Brian.
Do you know all I was going to say? And obviously, I know Ben wants to go soon, but all I was going to say is this homegrown issue, right? This homegrown kind of dilemma. A club that's well run, you think about and you plan for this years in advance.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, when we're buying, like, don't forget, we've bought Ashley Phillips, right? So in 3 years' time, he'll be homegrown because he's 18 at the moment. It doesn't count till they're 21, right?
No.
Yeah. But then you're looking at it, and then you're looking at Valise.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Solomon on a free. I'm looking at all these things and thinking, if this is the case, why haven't we actually last summer and this summer, why haven't we targeted more English players? Why have we not why have we not tried to get Mark Guehi? I'm just chucking out English names.
Yeah.
Why have we not tried to get Mark Guehi? Why have we not gone for listen, I'm not saying it's the greatest player.
Yeah.
Why have we not gone for Conor Gallagher? Why have we not gone for these young English players?
Do you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Not Max Aarons, but do you know who I actually would have gone for now? I would have preferred him more than Højbjerg right now, and that I would say James Ward-Prowse. I'm not even joking. I think James Ward-Prowse at £30 million, an absolute steal, right? If you actually look at him technically as a technically gifted player, I think he fits Postecoglou's system and style of football a lot more than Højbjerg does, in my opinion. And I think he would be much better. So, Kuva, I love you too, mate. But yeah, there's so many players that we could have gone for. You're right, Sav. It's just I don't understand how. Yeah, look, Tosin again. Like, why haven't we just gone all out for him? Just go and get him. He fits the system so well.
Even somebody's made a great point there. Even a Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
Who would add good depth to our midfield? Look,
technical ability as well, Sav.
I just think but
he won't pay 50 million for Brennan Johnson, let alone 70 million for Eze.
Like I tell you what, there's a great one, Alex Scott.
Yeah, him.
One we should have got.
Scott. He's the one we should have got. Him and
Alex,
for me, Sav, him and
Alex
Madison
Scott,
would have been the perfect combination.
Imagine Alex Scott or Brennan Johnson. I'll tell you what I would have done. Can I be honest with you? Who I'd have rather got than Brennan Johnson. Yeah. People will laugh at me. I would have rather gone and got Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Yeah.
That's
a player.
I think he's a much better footballer.
I agree completely.
Somebody's made a great point there. Matt O'Reilly of Celtic, good midfielder, box to box, left footed. But there's no joined up thinking. There's no one at the look. Let's be fair. The moment in the last window we had to cut Matt Doherty's contract because no one can count to 8. Right? Is the moment you go, we've got no listen, you don't have to keep banning Yido from the chat. It's fine. I'm sure he's going at me. I'm sure he's going at me, right? Was he having a pop at me?
He's going.
Yeah.
He's gone.
All right. Just give him my address. It's all right.
I'm happy, Sava.
They love you so much, Sav. They keep coming back for more, mate. That's all it is.
I honestly look at a lot of these players around and think to myself, like, we could do, like, let's be fair, James Ward-Prowse, Calvin. I'm not saying these guys take us to the next level, but for the homegrown quota, Højbjerg out, Calvin Phillips or James Ward-Prowse in. There you go. Yep. There's a problem solved in midfield. Yep. Right? Are you saying there's no English centre halves we can go and get? Are you telling me even could we not have gone and got Connor Cody on a free as one of our 4 centre halves?
Ben Mee, James Tarkowski.
Ben Mee would have been good. Yeah.
Right. Now, I'm not even saying they're amazing, but right now, if I said to you guys, you've got Van der Ven and Romero, that's our 2. We know that.
Yeah.
If I said to you right now, the 2 behind them are Mee and Tarkowski.
Yeah. All day long.
Dyer and Sanchez. Right. Yeah. Kills English homegrown quota.
Yes, better Kotchap. Why has no one gone for him this window?
I cannot understand how with 46 hours and 40 minutes. I cannot understand.
Johnny Evans is better than Eric Dyer, however bloody old he is. But we could talk about this all day.
Yeah.
So, Sava, when can we next find you on, sir?
in 9.5 hours.
And Danny boy, when are you going to be next on? 8 months probably.
At some point in the next 2 days, I'll be on at some point. Yeah? I'm sure there's going to be lots of great transfer business from Spurs the next 2 days.
I'm on between 2 p.m. and midnight on Friday.
I'll be joining you at some point, so
yeah, man,
for sure.
Yeah, so we can all sit there and cry together.
Yeah. Because I've stayed up late, I'm going to plug myself. So please subscribe to the Coffee Company for chill streams, because we're going to need some chill streams after this. And of course, Tottenham on Tour will be streaming all day Friday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. transfer deadline day. We're going to be streaming all day, being utterly miserable. So join us on there on Friday. Please subscribe to the Coffee Company. There's over 367 of you. So please subscribe. It will really help me out if you can get us to 600 subscribers. Thank you for Sava for coming on. Thank you for Danny, for Brian, and of course, Ryan. Thank you all so much for watching. If you smell what the coffee's brewing, and of course, let's all do it together, guys, in the names of table. And as always, leave out.
Tottenham